Okay, so now that we have learned a lot of things, how to use where, how to use and or not, how to use order by, it is also important to understand how we can use insert into and what insert into works for, right? So where do we use insert into? So it says that insert into statement is used to insert new records in the table, right? So let's go back to our data set and let's take a smaller example in this case. So I'm going to this time, so since we have a customer small customer data, so let's try to see what do we have in the customer data first of all, and we will try to add some of the rows in this data using insert into, right? So let's try to run it. So we have 5 records in this data, and then what we are going to do is we are going to insert some new records in this data, right? So to insert into table, what we do is we do insert, then we write into, and then we will have to provide the table name. So I will just write customer uh, data, and in the customer data, what I want to add is in the customer data, what I want to add is I want to add some rows over here. Okay, that means there should be a row 6 and let's say a row 7. Okay, so how can I do that? So first of all, in the bracket I need to mention what are the columns that are there. Okay, so let me actually copy paste this column name. So I will just copy the field name from here and I will put it over here. So I want customer ID, I want some value in the customer ID, I want some value in the customer name, I want some value in the contact name also. So I will hit comma, paste it, then comma, I have the address, put it over here, comma, I have the city, I will put it over here, comma, we have the postal code, and then we have the country. I will paste it over. Okay. So and then what we will also have to write is I think in the customer data, customer is no problem. Data. Okay. And now what we are going to do is in this columns, we are going to insert some of the values, right? So now I will write here values, and then what are the values that I want to put? Okay. So let's say in the let me just try to sort it. So in the data, what I want is I have the customer IDs from 1. If I hit it, it will be sorted, the data will be sorted. So I have from 1 till 5. Okay, so now I want to add another record that says the customer ID is 6, then comma the customer name could be, let's say, anything like John. Let me write it in single quotes, so John, and then comma, and then we have the contact name. So contact name I can put uh whatever, week, and then comma, in the address I can put something like ABC. Okay, just to understand how this works, right? And in the city I can put something like this, comma, in the postal code I will put something like this because actually we need to put it in a single quotes as well. And then I'm going to put the country as well. So in the country, I will write, let's say, US. Okay. And I'll have to put it again in the single quotes and then I will close the bracket. Okay. So this is the function or this is the query that we want to run. Okay. So what we are doing here, first we are doing insert into customer data. That means in customer data, in this column, okay, in this column we are inserting these values. Okay. So let's see. Let's try to run it. So you remember this data we have from 1 to 5. Okay, now I'm going to run this one and let's see what happens. So this is already run, and then so since this all these values are inserted in this data, so I'll need to refresh it first and then I will run this query in order to check whether this data is updated or not. You see, another row has been added in this data, John, week, and then we have the other values as well. Okay, so this is how you can insert different rows in your table. Okay, so that's it for this video. See you in the next lecture.